Cincinnati Bengals. That's the team we're gonna cheer.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you into Paycor Stadium on the riverfront here in Cincinnati. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they get him down inside the 30 to 27. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally, kept the ball clean, and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they try.
Sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down
at the 29-yard line.
Got it here at the 29 on second and 8. Burrow looking to pass. It's a short one here. Goes to the tight end. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a third and 3.
Brings up third and 3.
Now Burrow. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll be taken down before he works it past the 50. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Inside give, Brown. And Jordan. And he did not want to go down there. He carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9.
4 yards.
A good position to be in here, second and inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and
gets this one quickly out wide. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll get this down inside the 35.
That's another Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Brings up
the
second
former
and 17.
third overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. That brings up third and a full 10 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it third and 10.
Now it's Burrow. They'll find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21.
On the play.
The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Bengals sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Up the middle, here's P-Ryan. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Down at the 2-yard line. A gain
from the 2 now, second and goal. They're passing here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Third and goal. Burrow. And he will take it on. Bengals touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed, and this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked.
Jets, nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a second-round pick back in April's draft.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might have considered that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. We'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Jets first down. First and 10.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete.
First down.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be second down.
On the pickup. Second and 6 at the 44-yard line.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop the throw. He's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Jets.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll drop the throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
The pass. The
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
6.
He'll drop to throw. Working over the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Like it's been this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
The tackle by Cam Taylor-Britt. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Folks, kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Jets 3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. They left themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game over.
The Bengals offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of it was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm not almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Escapes the defender. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. 42 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play.
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Here's Burrow. A tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Burrow throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
12 yards.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Here we go!
They'll give this off the middle to Brown. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts.
The tackle by
as they'll talk
Morrow
things
Ojomo.
over prior to this upcoming
It's a loss
second
of
down
1.
play.
Brings up second and goal at the 11-yard line.
Now they'll throw here for the gun. And this one's incomplete.
Close pass.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Brings up third and goal.
Back to throw. And it is caught. He's going for a Bengal touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to widen their advantage. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
An extra point line McPherson up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Jets 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Intended for
a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Pass out left, caught by Woods.
Second down pass.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down.
And it brings up third down.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Signaled for
so possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, he really done some damage in the NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
It's second and
that was a nicely run slant route. What the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Now back to throw. And they set up the screen. That's good for him. And he'll be taken down before he gets into enemy territory.
13 yards.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout.
First down.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 45. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. To the air again, Burrow. Here's Johnson with a reception. He's going to plunk down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Jets offense and receiver Garrett Wilson ready to get going again. And he's been the go-to guy in this offense throughout the first half of the season. As you can see, he's the NFL's leader in touchdown catches. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive. But get started on it. Start chopping into that lead. Maybe they'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. And a Jets first down.
Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dive into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
The pass. Complete.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
47-yard line. A gain of 2.
Now whistles come in before the snap. Looked like one of the Jets may have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Looking to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
Intended for his
this offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Defensively.
They'll set up the throw. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
34 yards. First down, Jets.
Seriously? Is that even a play? Are you even paying attention?
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
At the 21-yard line. It's a pick
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll look to throw here on first down. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. From the 4, it's second and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 4-yard line.
Back to throw here. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. From 4 yards out. And the Jets are back within a score. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it.
And now, before we get to the extra point, remember, all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
The Jets will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. They will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
Jets 11.
Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And then they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Here's Thomas. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Jets will take over. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. And they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It's second and 8 at the 24-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he completes it to Wilson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
12 yards.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The play fake. He'll look to throw. A short throw pulled in by Woods.
First down pass.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
Out of bounds at the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second down.
And he's across the 40. 3 extra yards to the 43.
Taken down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
A gain of 4. And it's third down.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
And the Jets.
It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the
First and 10 at
chains.
the 48-yard line.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And it's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
It's a gain of 10. First down, New York.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Geno Stone.
This is 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the Bengals' 35-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll look to throw. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
It's a gain of 29.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First down. First and goal, New York.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his quarterback there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets have taken a fourth quarter lead.
And this is a time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Makes the score.
Foot connects on the extra point.
Bengals,
and that will make
14.
this a 4-point game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. They defer to Brown to start the drive. They'll get a yard, that's all, as as they get him down at the 28.
Justin Simmons on
Sometimes
the
you're
tackle.
aligned perfectly and the play comes to you.
2
And
yards on
sometimes
the pickup.
you got to cover some
It's
ground to
second
go make
and
the
8
play as we just
at
saw
the
there.
28-yard
We saw a
line.
great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to pull one over his head as this game progresses.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards there, a first down.
For a Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, Burrow. Over the middle, it's caught by Chase. From the 44-yard line, here's second and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the Jets' 44-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. Now he's going to step up and run. And lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That is caught. And he's going to have the Bengals first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Burrow. And that's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on second and inches.
And inches.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's another Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Back at the 28-yard line.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Burrow's pass.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Brings up
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
4th down.
Well, the defense circling now, 4th down and 7. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson with 2 touchdowns on the season in this game. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Extra point by McPherson, out and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Bengals 21. Jets
So that
18.
one a long 11-play drive. And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. This is 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. They'll come up now on second down.
23-yard line.
Back to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Intended for
this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. That's caught by Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Jets, first down. A gain of 15. First down, New York.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll look to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete.
Chris Godwin.
Now 2nd down and a few inches.
Yards. Complete to Chris Godwin. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
Back to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
Forced to the ground.
A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and less than a yard.
Back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Number 14.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done.
Brings up 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
That's good for a
Now a timeout called for by the offense. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He's back to throw. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Jets 1st down.
And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1. He'll try to pick it up himself. He will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
1st down.
Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here's Nick Folk in an important spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. Folk's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Bengals take over
Here's 1st and 10.
At their own 35-yard line.
Now we'll take this and run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And here come the whistles of a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Good for a Bengals 1st down.
To throw Burrow. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 38 seconds left. Here's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Throwing Burrow. Side, it's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets 16. And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So the Jets won the toss. They'll get the first shot at finding a winner as we are back underway here in overtime. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And New York set to take the field. Now they have fought hard to reach this point. They got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Pass on first down.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down.
At the 26-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
15 yards.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
The Jets, first down.
Hands it off out of the gun. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
No gain on the play.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Here's the Jets punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point. But now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting? We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, and at least get into field goal range and get us a win.
And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
And 5.
Now Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
He's tackled at the 48.
You know what really fires up
A
offensive
gain of
linemen?
9.
When the
Brings
guy
up
that is carrying the ball
2nd and 1.
behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll get this down to the 32.
That's good.
That last pass puts him over 300
down.
yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game commenting saying, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I
First and
appreciate
10
it.
at the 13-yard line.
At this point now, a field goal would win it. They are in range. We'll see how they approach things on first down. Now again, left side, Brown with it. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
16-yard line.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Over the middle here to Brown.
Burrow's pass. Complete to
Ninth play
Chase
coming
Brown.
up here on this drive. This is
12
third and a
yards on the
yard.
play. Leads
Now
to
a
third
timeout
down
called for
and
by the
1.
offense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. A yard all they need, but it's third down. Now Burrow. He's got his target. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown and a game winner in OT. So it's the Bengals who come away with a win, and the man leading the way was their quarterback, CD. That's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, he really had this offense firing on all cylinders, so let's count up some of the numbers. He went for well over 300 yards in the air, had 4 touchdown passes, and was clearly prepared for this one and executed the game plan to perfection.
So for the Bengals, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.